All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to Trade Talk Tuesday, where we are going to look at the Forex market. We're going to look at Bitcoin and we're going to look at altcoins as well to give you guys a good overview of what's going on in the markets this week. And we're going to look at what trades we have planned for the week and what trades I'm in and what trades I'm planning to trade. If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jonatan Randin, but most of you probably know me as Libs42. And I am the co-founder of the trading community RLZ Trading, where we help you simplify the path to greatness. This live stream today is also sponsored by Prime XPT. So you can click the link in the description and join Prime XPT and get up to 7K deposit bonus. And it's a great way for crypto traders to try out the Forex market. So if you're a crypto only trader and you want to try out the Forex market, because I'm trading the same system in the Forex market as I do in the crypto market, it's a great way to use your crypto to try out the Forex market on Prime XPT. So definitely check that out. So today we're going to start with Bitcoin. Well, actually, you know what? We're going to start with Forex, and then we're going to just a quick look at Forex. Then we're going to look at the Bitcoin market, and then we're going to go through some community updates and answer some questions in the community from the members of the RLZ Trading Room. And then we're going to do 10 minutes of altcoin analysis and then 10 minutes of Forex analysis. And then we're going to be ending the live stream with a Q&A session. I'll help you guys out, answer questions that you might need help with in your trading. And I'm also going to, throughout the whole live stream, of course, share a lot of educational tips and tricks to help you in your trading. So first of all, we have in the trading community here, I just want to say that we have Mo, which is an awesome student of mine, is talking about how EuroCAD is giving us an entry. And interestingly enough, EuroCAD just gave a long signal on the RLZ slingshot indicator. By the way, the RLZ slingshot indicator gets released on April the 10th. I've just recorded all the videos for the course. So with the purchase of the RLZ slingshot indicator, you're also going to get a course on how to actually use the indicator and how to trade with it. And I've also just finished recording a course for the trading room members. So if you're a trading room member, if you're a member of the RLZ Trading Room community, you will also have access to a introductory course to the RLZ method, which is the system that I'm using. And if you combine that course with the slingshot indicator course, you're going to have a pretty good foundation in your trading. Of course, this is not to be confused with the trading program, which is a 2-month mentoring experience where I'm basically giving you a 2-month interactive trading course, and I'm going to be beside you for that whole 2 months and help you along the way while you learn the system and how to trade. Don't forget to like the live stream, guys. If you enjoy these live streams on a weekly basis, make sure you like the video. Right, so EuroCAD just printed a long signal. It's not, I don't think it's a signal. It's not a signal. It's not a strong signal. Let's see where the indicator puts the fib anchor points here. Where did we put the anchor points on the indicator? Let's see if we can find that. It is a strong long, actually. Why did I not get a signal on this? I should have gotten a signal on this right here. So let's actually go through the alerts here to see if we can find something for our Forex. EuroCAD. I can't find EuroCAD here. So I have to go through and look at. Should be somewhere here. I might have to do that after the live stream because it might take a while. But it's obviously very important that I double check all the alerts here. And all of these alerts gets forwarded to the Discord channel right here. But it seems that we missed this one because, as you can see, it is a strong alert. And it also had the fib anchor point at the right area where I also had the fib anchor point. So this is actually a great example of a trade that could be just traded straight out of the indicator. Is removing my own fib tool here adding the automatic stop loss levels on the indicator as well will probably give you TP1 around that level where I have the cursor right here, probably somewhere around that level. Let's see if it can load. It takes a while to load because I think it's like 1,500 lines of code, which it has to kind of compile and go through. So it takes a while to load this indicator. It shouldn't take this long though. So let's add right, there it is. Right, so this TP1 right at the cursor, right where I wanted it to be. So this is actually beautiful. And the and stop loss is pretty good. I think the stop loss level is decent enough. Maybe should have a little bit wider, but I do like the distance between the lows here and that stop loss. The average R of market entry is 2.6. The average R on retest of the 50 is 3.8. Very, very good. Now let's go to the 1 hour to see if we can find a better level of entry. So I think because of the fact that we have that weekly open right there, I think that should be the entry area. And the TPs for, based on the indicators is absolutely perfect. You can see how they front run the fibs as well. So I think this setup here would be, the whole system is based on getting a rounded bottom and a bullish reaction on in the right area where you have usually a horizontal support and resistance area, which I do believe this level is right here. So you have that horizontal support and resistance area, you have a breakthrough, a retest, and on that retest you have a bounce, a somewhat of a rounded bottom, and it breaks above the 50, and you then want to enter on the retest of the 50 or the retest of the weekly open or the 4-hour 20 EMA, whichever comes first and gives you good risk to reward. And in this case, I think the weekly open is the level where you want to enter. So this would be the trade TP1. It's actually in 1.38 all the way to TP1. And the average R would be, because it's the same as the market buy price here, so the average R would be 2.6. And like I'm actually very happy with this indicator. I'm so impressed with the way it's finding the setups for me. It's just incredible. So I think, yeah, the average R would be somewhere here. I mean, I think this is a trade I would like to take. Let's go to the 1 hour. I think that's actually a pretty good level for a retest. So let's actually enter order for this. All right, we let's take a trade here live. So right now we have I have two positions open. It's a position on GBP NCD. It has hit TP1 and it's now moving lower. We have stop loss at entry. If we form a higher swing low, we will move our stop up below that swing low, but we will wait. And that stop loss might get hit at entry. I don't really care. And also look at this, absolutely beautiful. I did not use the indicator for this trade, but the indicator actually gives me the exact same entry, the exact same stop loss almost, and the same TPs. It's just, sometimes it just kind of blows my mind how accurate it is according to the system. Let's look at NCD JPY. Is this giving us the similar setup using indicator? Now this is also a trade that I'm in currently. Yeah, it gives me a similar setup, though the stop loss here is a bit too tight for me. It would have been stopped out though, so I mean, it looks great according to price action here. But it's also a good example that you might want to use some discretion here when trading using indicator signals, and use it as a guiding indicator, which when you do that, it just works absolutely fantastic. So we are long GBP NCD, we are short NCD JPY, and I'm in this with 1% risk, and obviously this is a free trade, so I can, we have double exposure here against the New Zealand dollar, but because of the fact that this is now a free trade with stops at entry and some profit taken, I've entered NCD JPY with 1% risk. Very good example here of why you want to have a wide stop loss, because look at that wick. As soon as I entered this trade, price just went straight up. That's exactly what you do not want to see when entering a trade. But you see also that wick right there, that wick hit the trend line area absolutely perfectly, confluent with the 618 as well. So just a very good example of why you would want to have wide stop losses. And also, when you have wide stop losses, you can also make a plan for exiting early so that some of your losers will be lower than 1%. So every loser that hits TP will be a 1% loss. It will never be bigger than 1%, but it can be smaller. And that is very important. So if price continues to break out here, I'm just going to exit. So maybe it's going to be like a zero point 0.5 or 0.75 R trade, which in the long run actually means a lot. It means that you have fewer bigger losers and bigger winners. So very important to exit trades whenever you feel like it's invalidated. You just get out of that loser as soon as possible. But with the winners, you have to stay very patient and just let them do its thing and give them the opportunity to become a big winner. Now, EuroCAD is moving lower down here to the possible entry. Now, do we want to enter this one? Do we want to enter this one? And I want to do some more maybe some high time frame analysis on this before I enter. We're gonna look at the daily to see if we are at a big resistance or not. I wouldn't really say that we're at a huge resistance. I mean, this area right here, one could argue that there's a level going through here. So, but we have already kind of broken above, and the daily trend is actually quite strong here. I do like this daily trend. It kind of makes sense to take a trade based on this. Let's just see where the 50 is of this move. The 50 is right there. It's a little bit problematic, but what I like about this one is the fact that we hit that horizontal zone just perfectly, and it looks really good for a long here. So I'm just going to take this trade. I'm not going to think too much or do too much analysis, because if I do too much analysis, I'm going to most likely fall victim to analysis paralysis, and I'm going to have too many reasons to enter the trade and too many reasons not to enter the trade. And I just want to keep it simple. Everything I do is try to keep it simple. I want to simplify my trading as much as possible, which also means that when I get a signal, I take the trade, and I don't really care what I don't care. I just take the trade. I get a signal, just take the trade. Ever since I started trading and I started, learning how to trade, I've also, and this goes kind of like for my personal life as well, is I try to live by the idea of think less and do more, right? So this, I think what you need to do is, especially in trading, you have to just execute. Try not to think too much. Just execute on your ideas, and if you get a good idea, just go with it, right? Just go with it and don't hesitate. Don't think too much, right? And that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna take this trade. I'm gonna see it stop me out. It's most likely, but I don't care. So I'm gonna take the trade. And what you have to do before you take a trade, you have to accept the trade as a losing trade, because most likely it's gonna be a losing trade. And if you accept it as a losing trade before you even enter the trade, it's okay. It's okay. So what I have to do here is I have to take a couple of seconds just to remind myself of. First, I need to ask myself, am I in a good state of mind? Am I balanced mentally? And I would say yes. I'm calm. I'm balanced mentally. I did some meditation before the live stream. I'm all good. Have I accepted this trade as a loser? And yeah, I have, because if this is a loser, that's all right. I don't care. It doesn't really matter. It's a good signal. I'm going to take the trade. I've accepted the trade as a loser. If this goes to stop loss right after I've entered this trade, that's okay. It doesn't really matter, because it's just one trade. So let's enter orders for this one. We got 0.75% risk on that one. And then we'll go to the next TP, which is up here. Limit orders, 0.25% on that one as well. And then we're going to be adding TP3, create limit orders. And then I have to post a trade on this as well in the community. So I have to make the chart look a little bit better. It's TP1, and then we have TP2 at the minus 0.618. As always, I love the idea of having a system to follow. Having a system to follow when it comes to entry placement and TP placement and stop loss placement, and everything follows the exact same rules of the systems. It's very easy for me to know what to do when I get an entry signal. As soon as I get an entry signal, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is where I'm supposed to be exiting and everything like that. So what I do here is I go into the trade ideas channel, and I will find a post here. I will edit that, copy, and I will press cancel. And then we're going to be adding a new one. And this is a Euro CAD long. It's 1%. We're going to be adding that screenshot right here. And then we're going to be using all the entry orders and everything. And this is going to be a market limit buy order. Limit buy order. Stop loss is going to be right here. And then we have TP1, TP2, and TP3. Now, if you want to follow me, if you want to see all the trades I'm taking and my daily analysis on the market, how I do all my market scans and my daily analysis, what I'm looking at on a daily basis, it's all in the RLZ Trading room. You can see my market updates right here. This is where I update everyone on the market and what I'm doing and everything that I do and think about on the in the markets on a daily basis. Now, that's the trade. That's the entry signals. Now, if this just moves without hitting my buy limit down here, I'm probably gonna start crying, and I'm probably gonna end the live stream and hide in the fucking closet somewhere. But let's see what happens. It's probably gonna hit the entry orders. Let's hope so. Yeah, be robotic. Trust the process. Trust the system. Trust the process. That's what it's all about. That's what trading is all about. Leave the emotions behind and just go with the flow of the markets, right? And just accept that the market will do whatever you want, and you can't really force it. And just you have to just follow the flow. One quick tip here: when you're adding trendline areas or trend lines, we have a tool in TradingView called Trendline, and it's a technical analysis tool. You add trend lines. It's supposed to be used as support and resistances, diagonal support and resistances. What I do is I use the parallel channel instead, and I create what I call trend line area. So you know that a horizontal line, this is a horizontal line, but we all know that around this horizontal line, there is a buffer zone that creates a horizontal area. Now that looks much better, incorporates more price action, and gives more room for error. And the same thing should be done with trend lines. So if you add a trend line here, let's just add a trend line like from that one to that one. A lot of people would say like, oh, that's not a valid trend line because blah, 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 blah. You have like price going below that one and then above. And it's like, it doesn't matter. Like, who cares? What you do is you use the parallel channel tool, draw on the parallel channel tool parallel to the trend line, and then you extend it so that it incorporates all the price action that you want to incorporate, something like this. And now you have a trend line area, just like a horizontal support and resistance area. And you can see right here that this is a valid trend. I do like this one. You can see that this move right here hit the reload zone beautifully and that trend line area. So this is what I do when I add horizontal, a diagonal support and resistance called trend line areas. Now, we wanted to take a look at Bitcoin, right? Let's see what they're saying in the trading room. There's a lot of stuff going on in the trading room. So blah, blah, blah. But why am I saying blah, blah, blah? It's like a new filler word for me. It sounds retarded. It's better than I guess. All right, so are we saying anything important? What is this? What is this? EuroCAD. Yep, that's the same one. All right. Good, good, good. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin. Look at this. Look at this. That's so what if I just raise my my orders here? What difference will it make in the risk to reward? Let's take a look. That's my average R, 2.7, 2.4. So it's 0.3 R to enter here. That's not a lot. What I could actually do here is raise the stop loss. And you know what? I'm actually going to do that because if you look at the 1 minute, it actually looks like, it's a solid trend on 1 minute, 5 minute kind of breaking out, 15 minute looks good. It looks like it's going to continue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my limit orders closer and hope that it gets filled up in this area. And I'm then going to raise my stop loss just slightly so that the risk to reward will be the same. Now, I wouldn't really recommend this because it's actually not really great trading behavior, honestly. But I think I have enough room to actually move my stops up here and in the same way or the same distance that I've moved the limit orders. Now, if I'm not getting filled on this, I mean that's it, right? I don't really care about that, honestly. All right, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. And remember to hit that like button if you like what you're seeing, and if you like these live streams and you want more live streams like this one, remember to hit that like button so we're gonna get it. I don't really like asking for it, but it really helps to increase the engagement and the activate that YouTube algo to get more people in here. So it really does help to get the likes up. So looking at Bitcoin right here, I mean, just my first impression here would be that we're getting ready to move lower. We're getting ready to hit the 25K area, which is the breakout area here for Bitcoin. So if we add some Fibonacci levels to this, we're probably going to have the 50% at the breakout area right below 25%. And there you have it, right below. So the 50% is right at 25, around 24.5. And that's also where we have the previous range high. So what I'm thinking here is we're most likely going to see, and like, I could be wrong, of course, and I am wrong quite a lot. I would say like I'm wrong more often than not, but that doesn't really matter because when I'm right, I'm more I'm more right than wrong, if that makes sense. So we're hitting that resistance area here for Bitcoin now, which was the first target of that breakout move. And then you see also that the target number 2 here, 35K, is actually a pretty good area with the Fibonacci extensions as well. But of course, when we have to kind of make a decision on that when we get a bounce. But if you look at the daily, we do have what seems to be like, a pretty decent rounded top right here at a resistance area. If you go to the 4-hour, we are seeing the 4-hour in a range, currently at the range low. And this is usually what you get, a rejection on the daily, a rounded top on the daily will most of the time be a range on the 4-hour, and that 4-hour will break the range lows before the daily rejection is obvious. So you can obviously, like, the lower time frames will confirm the higher time frames before the higher time frames do. So obviously, like, that's should be quite obvious. But that's the range in the 4-hour. And if we break below these lows, maybe a 4-hour open and close below, because we haven't really had that. If you zoom in here, you'll see that you have a fake out here, support, hit support here, and then we're at support. So maybe a 4-hour open and close down here, and that will probably take us down to the 50% level, which is down here, which is also a good price action level. Looking at this price action right here, and then of course going out to the daily, we have that high time frame support area at the range high. So that's what I'm thinking. And if you look at the 1-hour, the 1 hour is in a clear range as well. I'm just going to place orders below this wick because I think that when price goes below this wick, we're going to go lower down to the 25K area. As for my crypto holdings, I am long Bitcoin, and I did buy Bitcoin down here. That's where I had my last buy on Bitcoin. And then, of course, I have been buying Bitcoin ever since we broke below 20K. I've been buying Bitcoin once every weekend since we broke 20K. So I think my average entry is about 20. I think my average entry is about 20, 21 or 22K, which I'm very happy with. So I'm just holding that. It's a long-term hold. Probably going to be holding that for the next few years or so. And my target for that hold is the 100K region. I think in the next bull run, we might hit that 100K region. And when we do hit 100K, I'm just going to sell everything. Maybe 90K, something like that. Because honestly, like it's a pretty good move. 90K, that's, for me, that would be 344%. You'd be stupid not to sell at those prices. I might even sell at all-time high, honestly, like the 225% move. That would be an insane profit for me. So I might even do that because, it's the idea that Bitcoin is going to like 1 million is just insane. So I'm not going to go into detail on that, but it's just the guy that bet that Bitcoin is going to 1 million or something in 90 days. It's obviously just marketing tactics. So it's nothing to follow. So that's my thought on Bitcoin. Now, of course, if Bitcoin breaks above this range and reclaims the 28 or 29K region, we're probably going to see that move up to 34 or 35K. But we need to see that breakout first. So I'm just going to add an alert right here to alert us on a possible breakout. All right, so guys, I want to show you guys this. So I have a user of my trading community, the trading room. It's not the trading room, but the trading program. He did some amazing back testing right here, as you can see in the student chat, and he used the back testing tool, which should be, if you're not signed up to the newsletter, you can go in the description below and sign up for the newsletter, and you will have the free backtesting template sent directly to your inbox in the welcome message when signing up. And he's been doing some backtesting on using that backtesting tool, and he noticed that in the Forex market, had taken a lot of, did a lot of backtesting right here. 69 trades throughout all of these pairs. Win rate is 62.3%. Cumulative R is 51 R, and here's the best and worst trade. And this is equal to what I'm getting. And then in the crypto market, the win rate is slightly lower, but the cumulative R is pretty much the same, but getting a lot of more trades as well. So I think that is also interesting. And he's writing here about one thing that he noticed when backtesting, and that's the fact that a lot of trades. So the idea with the RLZ method is you get a confirmation on a 4-hour candle, most likely, and that candle is most of the time going to be a bullish engulfing candle. So you have something like you have the like reload zone right here, then price comes down, forms around the bottom, and then there's like a 4-hour bullish engulfing candle, closes above the 50%, and then you want to enter orders on the retest of the 50%. That's most of the trades. But because of the fact that you're waiting for a 4-hour close to activate the trade, a lot of times that 4-hour candle will just continue moving higher and then close in an area where the trade is invalidated, but you would maybe even hit TP1 if you entered earlier. So what you want to do is, and what the student is talking about, is fine-tuning the system so that you can enter early on some of the setups when there's high momentum. And that's actually a really, really good idea. And I want to show you guys an example of that. It's not the best example, but it's still a pretty decent example, and that is on USD CHF. So let's go to USD CHF. Now, I had a short signal on USD CHF. First that one right here, and then this second one right here. So I'm going to use the replay function and a lot of trades. So the whole idea with the system and the one of the entry triggers of the system, there's a few different entry triggers, but this is the one that has lowest risk to reward but highest win rate, and that's waiting for a confirmation inside the reload zone like we have right here. And then when you get a signal on a 4-hour bearish engulfing candle, you enter orders on a retest of the 50%. But a lot of times this candle will close here and then continue lower, or it's going to close even down here and TP1 would have already been hit. So how do you enter these trades earlier when there's like high momentum? And this is especially true in the crypto market when you have altcoin season, for example. When altcoins you start pumping, you're going to have those crazy runs, and it's going to be hard to follow along with that momentum on altcoins on the 4-hour. And you might want to look at the 1 minute, at the 1 hour, or the 15 minute. So let's say that the 4-hour candle is closing in perhaps 2 hours. All right, so the 4 hour candle is closing in 2 hours, but you get this on the 1 hour. So on the 1 hour, look at this, you have an uptrend into the uptrend into the reload zone, a range, and then the 1 hour breaks below the range low. This is what you want to see on the 1 hour to get an early entry. So you're basically using the same entry triggers on the 1 hour as you're doing on the 4 hour, but here the 4 hour maybe closes in 2 hours, right? So you're gonna place orders on that wick right there. On that wick right there, you place orders. So when this 1 hour candle closes, you place orders right here, and it hits that level and then moves lower. And maybe this happens within that 2 hour period. So when the 4 hour candle closes down here, you already have that break and retest of the range lows on the 1 hour. So you get an entry on the 1 hour, looks very good. But if you wait for the 4 hour, it's just going to be one big, massive 4 hour candle. And within that 4 hour candle, you have that 1 hour confirmation and the retest. And this is, of course, the idea of price action being fractal. And so whatever, like a move on the higher time frames will be a trend on the lower time frames, right? So if you have a 4 hour move, you zoom in and you look at the 1 hour, and within that 4 hour candle or that 4 hour move, you will see a trend on the lower time frames. And that's the idea of trying to use the idea for price action being fractal when getting better entries on the lower time frame. So that's really something I recommend that you guys try out. Even it doesn't matter what system you're using, right? It doesn't matter what system you're using. If you're using my system or a system on your own, I highly recommend that you guys put on uh, the fib tool, and then within that fib tool, you should optimize that fib tool so that you have the 0.618, the 0.786, and the 0.7 the 0.702. You should have these three fib levels on your Fibonacci retracement tool, and that will bring up the reload zone. When going short, it's going to be the short reload zone, of course. And then when going long, it's going to be the long reload zone. And when you get a rejection inside this area, apply this technique. Now, again, it doesn't matter what system you're trading, because if you're trading a trend following system, no matter what system you have, this will you can apply this with great results. So you wait for price to come up and test the reload zone, form a low time frame range within the reload zone, and when that range breaks below the reload zone and the range lows when going short, you have usually a very good place to enter. Right. Now let's see, what do we have? What do we have left? Let's take a look at a few let's take a look at a few altcoins to see what the altcoin market is doing. So because of the fact that we can go back to Bitcoin, so it's always good to take a quick look at Bitcoin before you start looking at altcoins. If Bitcoin would be trading up here with altcoins looking relatively strong, I would say that I would be ready to long Bitcoins, because I mean long altcoins, because usually what happens when Bitcoin is in a range after a big move, altcoin starts moving, and that's usually when we have those altcoin windows. I'm not going to say altcoin season, because altcoin season usually lasts for a month or two, but altcoin windows, they're only going to be open for a couple of days or a week or two. And right now, what I'm seeing is not a potential altcoin window opening, because we're actually not seeing very strong. We're not seeing very strong bullish trends. We need to have altcoins kind of like breaking above resistance and forming some type of bullish trends with above that resistance area, and we're not really seeing that right now. So Tesos is not really showing us anything interesting. That was a beautiful. This was a beautiful trade, though. Would have hit TP1 here. So that's bearish, obviously. XRP is definitely one of those coins that are outperforming a lot of other altcoins. We're probably going to see XMR outperforming as well? No, it's actually breaking down. So we did have XMR breaking above a significant resistance area right here. And now even with XMR retracing that breakout and now trading lower than the daily EMAs, I think that's a good sign that altcoins are not really doing very well. We had XLM breaking above this resistance area as well, and then now kind of ranging around here. This might be interesting for long. If altcoins are going to rally, this one is definitely most likely going to break above this area right here. But I'm not really seeing any clear trends, and most of the altcoins that we're watching is just very unclear market structure and is chopping around and mostly showing us a bearish character here. So if I would be forced to take a trade on altcoins, and if I would have to go short or long, I would definitely choose an altcoin in a clear downtrend and short that altcoin. But I can't really find any trends that are super clear here. Maybe something like Atom. So if you add the fibs here, you might have a short opportunity on Atom somewhere in this area. It lines up with the 50 as well. You have the 4-hour 20 here. All you have to see is now is for price to come up here and then form like a 4-hour bearish engulfing candle here. You also need the stochastics to come up higher as well, up around the 70 area. But yeah, this could be an interesting short. You probably have a trend line lining up with that area as well. So I think Atom is one of the altcoins we should be looking closer at for a short. So a good opportunity to short Atom here would be perhaps seeing a rejection at that resistance area with the 50, while at the same time we could see Bitcoin break these range lows. So if we see Atom coming a little bit higher and then forming a rejection with Bitcoin moving below these range lows, then yes, I think Atom would be a good short. Let's continue looking at some altcoins here. What about Algo? Algo is showing a similar price structure here. Yeah, I would say Algo is also a potential short. That's a pretty good area. Could be adding that to the orange list as well. So now we have a few altcoins of interest for a possible short at least. So that's what I would be looking at. Now let's go back to the orange list. We have the altcoins all the way down here. Clay, let's remove that one. Mana, is Mana interesting for a short? Let's take a look at Mana. What I don't like about Mana is, I don't know, it's not super clear. Let's see, do we have a possible short on Mana? Yeah, maybe. Now you see that all the altcoin short that I'm going to find here is basically going to be all the same. Let's take a look at V-Chain as well. Yeah, but you see, the resistance area is here. So it's already hitting that resistance area. And so what you could do is you could add a horizontal level right here. And I want V-Chain to come up higher. I need V-Chain to hit that reload zone or the 50, and that's going to be up here, and that's actually above this level. So when we go short here, we're basically shorting support. So I want to see altcoins where this structure is up here. but there's no candles here, and that it happens up here instead. And I think we have some good examples on like Mana, for example, where this is the level that I'm watching for possible rejection. XMR, not interesting. Link, what about Link? Same problem with links. I'm removing that one. XLM, nope. Soul, too close to resistance. FTM, FTM, yeah, FTM might be interesting. We also had the monthly open right at resistance right there. So that this is an interesting short. You see how there's that interesting closest strong resistance is also confluent with the 50, and that 50 is right on the monthly open as well. And the weekly and monthly open, they're actually integrated into the slingshot indicators. As you can see right here, everything I have on this chart except the stochastic RSI, which you don't really need because the signals are actually filtered using the stochastic RSI. So everything you see on the chart, it's in the indicator. Now, if you want to get a chance to gain access to this indicator, you have to be signed up to the newsletter. Everyone who signed up to the newsletter will have the opportunity to get the indicator. It's going to be released in only for 100 people. No more than 100 people will ever have access to this indicator, and it's going to be released in batches through the newsletter. So it's going to be exclusive for the newsletter subscribers. So make sure you are subscribed if you want to have an opportunity to gain access to the indicator, which honestly for me, this is the best thing that have happened in my trading. It's just amazing to be able to wake up in the morning, go through a couple of alerts, and if there's an interesting alert, I'm just going to take a trade. It's actually quite amazing to be able to not do any thinking, any market scanning. It's finding all the setups for me. So all right, FTM is a good one. EOS not so good. AVAX not so good. ADA not really. Atom is good, and Algo. So now we have Mana, FTM, Atom, and Algo for potential short. So let's add some alerts at the areas of interest, which should be here for Mana, and then one below the 0 as well. We're going to be editing that one, and it's going to say trade invalidated. FTM, well, it's close to being invalidated, but we want an alert here and then maybe all the way down here when it gets invalidated. Atom is going to be up here, and same thing here for invalidation below this 0. And Algo at the 50. And honestly, like I don't really need to add these alerts, because I know that if price comes up here and then forms the type of candlestick pattern that's confluent with the system, I'm going to get a signal. So I don't really need to add these alerts. But of course, there is, of course, a chance that the indicator will miss a trade that's not 100% according to the system. But that's the altcoins we're watching. And the reason why I'm looking for these shorts on altcoins is because Bitcoin is closer to validating the short opportunity than the long opportunity. Because first, what needs to happen is Bitcoin needs to reclaim the weekly open for the first sign of strength, and then it needs to break above that 29K for that second sign of strength. And it's really here that I want to be going long altcoins, and I might want to go short altcoins when Bitcoin trades in this area. So this is short altcoin area. This is long altcoin area for me. All right, that's it for the altcoin analysis. Let's take a look at the Forex analysis as well. And if you do have any questions on anything that I covered today, please let me know in the comments and I will take care of every question. Now, what was the trade that I moved? Holy shit, is it not filled? What's going on here? All right, so let's look at the behavior of the 1 hour trend. Is there a I'll look at this. The signals are pretty good on the one minute as well. So this indicator works like a charm on the lower time frames as well. Let's add the stop loss and the stop loss and TP levels and the Fibonacci placement to see if there's any strong signals that would have played out on the 1 minute here as well. Obviously, like I don't really recommend trading the 1 minute because you see the spreads right here. Even with a low spread of 1.7, it's still a decent distance between the buy and sell price, so that the average R trade. Look at this beautiful trade, average R. at market entry would be 2.5. So yeah, that this would actually have been a 1 hour setup that I might actually have been able to take. Anyway, looking at the behavior of the 1 hour trend, we could definitely say that we are now reaching a possible range at the top of a big move, which means that it kind of makes sense to see a move lower. However, this is a range as well, and this is a range, and we have only seen continuation to the upside after this. But I don't want to raise my buy orders any higher here, because I just feel like that would just not really be in accordance to good trading behavior. I mean, we have the weekly open down here. I think it's highly likely that the weekly open is going to get retested right here. So yeah, I think we need to wait for they buy orders to get filled here. Let's go through the forex market here. So we have I've exited this trade on CAD CHF, so I can remove all the orders for this one. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep that to kind of monitor that one, do some more, and I've exited this one as well. EuroCAD, that's the one I'm waiting for. USD JPY, do we have a trade? Do we have a trade on USD JPY? We did have a signal on USD JPY, but I decided not to take that trade. It just because we have a trade on NCD JPY, and I think that just looks much better. And we are now finally, look at that, beautiful. I just love the idea that we hit that trend line perfectly and then moving lower. If we break below these lows right here, I have an alert that's going to say move stops down, because there's a chance that we will hit that weekly open and then just move higher. And I'm going to limit the loss if you get that crazy high volatility pump that you sometimes do get when you hit that weekly open. Gold is in an interesting area. I mean, we bounced inside the reload zone right here, conflict with a pretty good resist support area right here, but then again, it's not really looking perfect. So not sure what to do with gold. GBP AUD is another one I'm watching. It's a beautiful trend, but no setup as of right now, but it's still a beautiful trend, this one. If you look at the 1 hour, we might have a trend on the 1 hour, because it's hitting the weekly open right here, and that weekly open looks to be confluent with the reload zone, and it is. It's perfect confluence with the reload zone. So what we need to see for this to be a trade is for price to reclaim the 50% fib and the 4-hour 20 EMA. However, if you add a trend line here, I don't know, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. That trend line does not make a lot of sense. I'm just trying to figure out if this move is a changing behavior, but this could actually be a 1 hour setup. I've also started back testing all the 1 hour signals to see if I can start trading the 1 hour signals as an isolated trade setup. And as you can see right here on the back testing template, I'm getting some interesting results. On NCD JPY, for example, here, going back 1 year, I had 20 trades, 75% win rate, and an accumulative R is almost 20. So if this statistics continue to show on the other Forex pairs, I'm going to start trading this 1 hour setup live as well. And for this to have, be a setup, we need to reclaim that 50% fib or the 4-hour 20 EMA. So I've added an alert right here. And what I try to do when I'm trading this 1 hour system is make sure that it's also a good looking trend on the 4-hour, which this one is. Euro USD. We hit that reload zone beautifully. We also had a long signal right here. This is also a strong long, and I didn't take this trade. Not sure why I did not take this trade. I just didn't. There's something about this didn't feel right. I was also already exposed to USD. Maybe that prompted me not to take a trade on this. ADJPY, we had a short signal right here, but that short signal hit the 50 as support, and I want that 50 to break. I want price to break below that 50 on the signal before taking a trade, just like what happened with NCD/JPY. And NCD/JPY just looked better, in my opinion. And that's it. That's all the that's all the Forex pairs I'm interested in trading this week. Now, of course, the number 2 list might get upgraded to 1, but I'm not really seeing a lot of interesting stuff on the number 2 list. So for me, it would actually be these pairs for the Forex market, and then these for altcoins that we're looking to potentially short. And they're kind of breaking down now. So we might not have the opportunity to enter these, and it's breaking down, which means Bitcoin is probably breaking down as well. Yeah, you look at Bitcoin and it's actually peaking its little head below that weekly, I mean that range low area. So it's interesting to see what happens here. I don't really have high hopes of catching any of these altcoin shorts before Bitcoin breaks down, but there's no point in trying to chase this setup right here. That's how you lose money, and that's how you're going to get stopped out and just lose money unnecessarily. All right, guys, that's it for today's live stream. Let me know if you need any help with anything, or you want me to cover anything. If you have any questions about trading, could be anything like best places, the best place to place a stop loss, what's the best, risk to reward with specific win rate, or what's the best risk management strategy, whatever, any questions like that, and I would gladly help you out if you do have any questions. If not, we're going to end the live stream here, and I would like to thank you all for joining. And any trading group members, if you do have any questions on anything, just let me know in the community, and I will, of course, as always, record short videos for you guys explaining different concepts of trading. All right. Thank you for joining, everyone, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.